All right, guys, welcome back to another case study video. We do these often because we get a lot of them, pretty much one a week. But what I want to talk about in this case study is very important today because his story, his journey in real estate is definitely unique and different from a lot of people. And so we want to use this as time to, hear some of the results he's gotten, but also just use this as motivation, use it as inspiration, and use this as a guidance to when you start your business, what it may look like with your journey, because everybody's journey is different. But let me wait no further. Introduce Anton. What's going on, man?
What's up, Chris? How are you? How's your day going?
It's good, man. So,
Awesome.
but first off, before we get into this, how old are you?
I'm 21. I still got a year in college left. I'm actually leaving tomorrow for my senior year in Pittsburgh,
Wow.
University of Pittsburgh.
Okay. So you're in college, 21 years old. Was real estate ever on the plate or for you?
Never. So when I was younger, I always heard people flip houses. I'm like, what does that even mean? I have no clue what it was. So I never really thought about real estate. And I know there's a lot of realtors out there, and I was like, this is going to be like, this is something that's just not possible, or this is something that people with money or experience, or they're old, that have to do something like that. And I never thought that this. I always wanted a business. Always wanted a business. I always said I'm going to have a business. I just don't know what it would be. And no, and then real estate is this summer, quarantine actually.
Exactly. So how did you even find out about me and this opportunity anyway? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was actually telling my mom the other day, how I came about you. So this was March. So mid March, I found you. I was on the Shade Room,
oh yeah,
and on the Instagram account, yeah, and I saw your ad, and I was like, virtually flip houses from home, make money from home. I was like, what is this? So I kind of just followed you, and I kind of just kept following you. I wasn't like, because I still had classes to do. We transitioned online. So I was like, while I have classes, I'm just gonna keep my eye on it. And end of April, I finished my classes, and I was like, okay, now what do I do? This was quarantine. I wasn't doing anything. I was playing Xbox literally like all the time. I had a little brother I took care of, but I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't making money. I was like, I don't have an internship, and my internship was what I needed for this summer because when you have to graduate, you need that experience. And I had no clue what I was going to do, but I kept going your profile. I actually looked up your testimonial videos, and I looked up the people that did the testimonial videos, and Corey Vickers was one of them. I Instagram DM and was like, yo, like, how legit is this? Like,
right.
I think there was like the couple from Colorado. They did their in Memphis. They did a deal. Yep. I hit them up. His name was Richard. I hit him up on Facebook. I was like, yo, man, like, I really want to do this, but I need some. Everyone's kind of scared to make that initial investment. So I was kind of very not sketched out, but it's just like I don't have that much money because I'm only 21. So I was that money was for me was pretty much like it's either you go in or all out. And I think I had a dream or something. I don't even know what it was, but I went to like 3 of your webinars. I went to 3 of your webinars. I already knew what it was. I just started looking on Google, and what I realized is that instead of me wasting the time in Google and everything, for sure you can definitely do that for free. You can find everything on YouTube, Google, and all that, but it's just so much time that you could already be making money with. So I realized that you already went through all this. Like, this is something that you've done for many, many years. You already did it. You went through the worst and the bad and the good and all that. And I was like, if he has obviously all the contracts and all, but you have a lot of experience. So like, when it's a lot easier when someone lays it out on the table out for you and you know how to do it, because there's no questions you can ask anyone. Because I feel like a lot of like newbies are like, how do I get into it? And everyone's like, go on YouTube. But YouTube, yeah, it's great, but if you have a mentor and someone you can ask questions, but someone that also lays out the whole entire game for you right in front of your face, and you literally have no choice but to make money, why not? That I spent like $1,000 or something in the course, and that came back within. Obviously, it took some time, but I already knew that it was going to come back to me. And so the mentality that I had, I was like, this is something I'm doing. I want that $1,000 back, but I also want more. So
One
that's
thing
how I came about you.
Yeah, so one thing you mentioned, which is good, and I tell everybody to do this regardless. There's a lot of people that wonder the legitimacy of anything somebody's offering, and I'm the same way. Like, if I see something out there that I feel like, it's something I can get into, I tell everybody, do your research. Go out there,
Exactly.
you know, do your due diligence on somebody and not just look at the success they've had, but like you said, you went and hit up some people that actually, you know,
Yeah,
gave me testimony.
real people. Yeah,
Right. You know, because you want to make sure, like, hey, was this a paid actor or was this, you know, like,
yeah,
so it's always good. I tell everybody, look at the success of someone that has a life or someone that has the business success that you want. But not only look at that, look at the success of they've made of others. Because if they can't provide that they've duplicated in other people,
exactly.
it may or may not work.
And there's a lot of those people out there that just kind of scam people and take their money. And I see there's a couple of obviously some right now going on, like with
Right.
people getting scammed, and there's that and a third, and it's just like it sucks because some people are taking advantage of others because this is something they made that commitment and they thought that they're gonna get what they what they paid for, but sadly they didn't. And that's why it's also hard to trust people because one time once you lose trust in one person, you're not gonna put another couple of grand in a
Exactly.
new mentor. And like you definitely have to do your research. You have to know who you're dealing with, like not just throw out your money. And
Exactly.
um so I was kind of just I was kind of very careful about it at first, since I had school still and classes and whatnot. I didn't really have time for it. But then once I sat down, it was like April, I think 25th or something, 26th, and I think you had your course the day before May 1st. That's when I started my business, May 1st, and your webinar. So I went on it and I was like, man, this is something that's gonna, like you said, you mentioned also in a couple of times that this is something that's gonna pay off for your whole entire life. Like this is you'll once you get educated, you're gonna know and remember all this education for however many years. And I was like, why not? And you even said that if you don't make a deal within the first month or 2 months, then you're not doing it right. And there's definitely something that you're not doing wrong because there's nothing that you could have provided more because you had like 100 videos there of literally
Yeah.
everything that you ever need, like negotiations, like how to sign this, how to sign that, how to find people. Like it was crazy. And I was like, I need to do it. I jumped on the phone with one of your, I think one of your coworkers, Mike. So I jumped on the phone with him the next day, and he assured me, he was like, hey man, like this is something that will definitely help you. He has to answer all my questions. So like it wasn't I was talking to someone who's like a paid script. It wasn't like someone
Right.
who's just fake.
Right.
So it made me feel better. It made me feel more comfortable. And as soon as I got off of the phone with him, he like gave me that last push that I needed, and I
That,
bought it right away. Yep,
yeah.
the property. And he was like, no, that property is like a bad title or something, but I have another one. Like, sure, give me the address. So I looked it up. I ran my comps. Numbers look pretty all right with the repairs needed. So he went in for 45. I still wanted to negotiate a little bit. I didn't get him down much. I got him down $1,000, but $1,000 that I got to I got to keep. So I got him down to 44. Signed the next day on DocuSign, and I went and go ahead and marketed. Like there's a lot of I put it on Craigslist, Facebook. I joined every Facebook I could find.
Well, let me
Put into like, go ahead.
let me stop you there. Okay, so this deal, you get a contract signed, DocuSign. Had
Yeah.
you met with the seller in
So
person?
no, since quarantine started, I moved out of my dorm in March. So since March, I've been in Philly the whole time, and I've never met with him over the phone. This was really fast. Like it kind of freaked me out because of how well it kind of went and how fast it went. So I was like, wow, okay. So I got the sign literally the next day, and that's it. I had my first contract, which was very, very hype for me being at it for 3 days.
That's crazy. So 3 days
Yeah,
after investment, you get your first deal in the contract.
exactly.
That's the thing. Though, I want to say that like you took mass. When I tell people that, I tell people take mass action. You either text, you call, drop in the voicemails, whatever. But you got to continue on. You
Do
just
it.
went all out. You
I
literally
dove
said,
straight in.
I'm going all the way in. I'm going to call to I can't call anymore.
Yep.
I get something, and boom, you get something.
Yeah, I had to. And the thing is with that, I had that mindset. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I will get it. So like, I already knew I had the deal before I even had the deal.
So let's fast forward. All right, so you got this deal under contract, but for everybody to understand, it didn't close in the week or 2 weeks.
Oh my God, I was so stressed because like, when is this closing happening and when is it finally happening? I was kind of getting scared. And then the seller at one point literally thought this was a scam. He was like, I sent in, so do it right away.
Plus, it's in
And
quarantine too. I mean, that's what he didn't understand.
exactly, yeah.
Stuff going on.
Courts are a little bit delayed. They needed to
Right.
get some taxes, some liens, because they need to figure everything out beforehand. And he was like, "This is a scam. Like, I don't trust you guys. Like, what is this title company? I was like, dude, like I hate them as much as you do right now. Like I want this to close very soon. I was like, this is my longest closing to date, even though this is
Yeah,
my first
exactly.
close. And I
That's
was just kind of, yeah,
good.
yeah. I was like, you know what? If you want me, I can switch over to another title company in Pittsburgh. So we were gonna do that at first, and I was like, no, like we're already so close to the finish line. Why not just go ahead and finish it out with them? And then the title company also got upset because I told them that, I sent them the screenshots, everything. I was like, this is what the seller thinks. You guys are taking way too long. Like something was supposed to close a couple months ago or like a month ago, and they were upset with me. I was like, I'm sorry. I got a little bit heated because the seller's coming at me, so I'm coming at them because
Of
this is
course.
kind of this is their problem. Yeah, so it was hectic, but nevertheless, ended up closing that last week on Thursday, and I have a lot more in the pipeline. But the thing is, like with that deal, it taught me so much. I'm kind of thankful because now I know everything kind of from that, just the first deal, like what telecompany to use, like what mistakes I made. You kind of learn from your mistakes, from your experiences, and that's something that you show a lot. You tell them that. That's why your course is so good, because you learn from your mistakes, and now you tell other people how to not make those mistakes. Obviously, there's going to be mistakes made, but it's better for you to learn from your personal mistakes then, because you'll remember that forever and you'll kind of cherish that. So, but I mean, my mentality the whole time was that I already had this deal. So all of my friends were like, well, where's the money? Where's the check? Like, I don't believe you. This, that, and the third. I'm like, dude, I don't care what you say. I don't care what
Yeah.
you think. I know I have it. I know that I'm going to get it. And now even my mom was like, well, I'm not going to believe you until I see it. Like, let me just see it
Of
first. I was
course.
like, okay,
Now,
whatever.
yeah, now. So let me ask you this. So how much did you make on that deal last week?
So I made $7,500. I was supposed to make nine grand at first, and he kind of,
Okay.
talked me down a little bit, which is I was like, whatever. I don't I don't care about $1,500.
So for anybody that's listening right now that may be on the fence, they've been thinking about investing in the course, they're on the like, what advice would you give those people?
So people go to college. I go to college myself. I invested. My college is worth, I think, like 30 grand a year. That's 30 times. That's $120,000 I invested in myself. And people don't understand that this $1,000 course is the same exact thing. You're investing in your education, but you're also investing in your future. You're investing in something that's gonna get you up on your feet and open your eyes to so many opportunities that are in the world. There's just so many other ways to make money, but this is something that kind of gives you that perspective and gives you that business aspect, and kind of you have to dive in. Like you can't just dip your toes in the water and be like, I don't like it, or like, this is not working out for me. Nah, this is something that if you commit to it, you gotta do it, because I'm 21 and I'm able to do it, so why can't you? You know what I mean? Like if you have probably a lot more connections or more people that you can even discuss or talk to this about, and like maybe make it easier on you than on me. But if you're thinking about doing it, then I would say I also thought about it. Yes, you think it's a lot of money at first, but man, wholesalers, people can make 60 grand on the deal, 70 grand on the deal, 80. Like it's also not luck, it's hard work. So if you have that drive, and if you have a situation that you want to get out of, like for me, we've been living in a two-bedroom condominium, the five of us, for 10 years now, because my mom she's a fitness trainer, so she's not making that much money, and she already did her job. She got us here. She provides food on the table, clothes on her back, roof over our head, and that's something I'm very, very thankful for, and that's something that why I want to like expand this. I want to scale up. That's why I want to take this and like kind of just grab it by whatever and just
Right. Exactly.
go crazy with it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And if you want that for your life and for yourself, for your future, then it's definitely something you should get into. Think about it. But I'm telling you that it's worth it, and this is something you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Great. Perfect. All right. So guys, I mean, you heard it first. Anton, 21-year-old, had success. First deal, $75. He's got more deals he's working on. Already know.
I have two in closing. One's supposed to close Monday,
Okay.
and we got a duplex that we sold. That's supposed to close in also a week or so. So that's a $15,000 assignment fee. Another one is a little bit. It's only $3 grand, but it's $3 grand that I didn't have before. Exactly.
3,000 all day.
Yeah, and it's awesome for you as well to know that this is what you made, because you pretty much made my my business kind of entrepreneurship and my I don't know, my journey. He
Yeah,
started that, you know what I mean? Like it's awesome, and I appreciate that so much. And like I even told my sister, like, you know, I wake up and I'm grateful. I'm like, I'm grateful for my mentor. I'm grateful for Chris because, you know, he got me into this, and it's something that I'm always going to remember for the rest of my life. And it's just awesome. Thank you so much for it.
definitely, definitely. All right, so guys, you know what to do. Whatever you're watching this from YouTube, if you're watching this from Instagram, wherever, click the link in the bio, click the link in the description, get started today, and hopefully you guys will be one of the next success stories. I gotta talk to you guys later.